in this video, I'm going to be covering 10 tips for when remote learning. Hey guys, welcome back to Google Tutorials, where we give you the best tips and tricks to grow your confidence online. If you're new here, please consider subscribing so that you're the first to get notified every time we launch a brand new video. So in this video, we're going to be covering some of the best tips to consider when remote learning or distance learning and teaching. Tip number 1 is Fluidity, since you need to keep the same files and software format, for example PowerPoint, Google Slides, etc. It's a pain when you go in between lessons and have to convert files between formats, and sometimes when you convert between them, sometimes the information or images can go missing, so you need to decide on one platform first. Next, you need to decide on variety. You need to have a varied lesson plan. Don't keep each lesson as writing notes and answering the questions on a presentation. Mix it up a bit. Do a quiz, ask your students to create a poster, video or presentation. Also, don't keep each lesson as the same presentation format. For example, having a few weeks where you'd read the slides and creating a poster, since by the end of it, making a poster seems a bit boring. Next, you need to consider time. How long is it going to take the students? What tasks are you expecting the students to complete? And what challenges are there for students that finish early? Since different students work at different speeds, something you may think only takes 45 minutes to an hour, for some students it may take 2 hours, and for some it may take 20 minutes. So make sure that a level of time expectancy for tasks is managed. Also, what time are you going to post the work, since some students may have to look after siblings and may not be able to complete the work until the afternoon. Long term. Is it best to cover it now or when the students get back? How easy is it to understand through remote learning? Will you need to cover it again when you get in school? And how beneficial is it for you to take the time to cover it now? These are questions you need to be asking yourself when setting work. Following this is platform. So what platform are you going to use for your work? Think about some alternatives just in case it doesn't turn out as well. For example, a platform for maths used during lockdown kept on freezing and not allowing you to complete the work because of the volume of schools using it across the country. So you would only be able to submit the work early in the morning or late in the afternoon. So make sure to plan if something doesn't go as planned. Alternatives. Linking in with this, what are the students who aren't able to access the resources posted on your virtual classroom, such as Edmodo or Google Classroom? How are you going to share this out with these students? Do you have paper copies of the work? How much work have you planned for them? It just means that you have to set and cater for 2 different groups of people. You also need to consider the easiness of the software. So how easy is it for you to set up the lesson? And are you able to consistently create this work or this amount of work? Is there also any way to reduce the amount of work that you need to do? For example, in Google Forms, it's automatically marking the quizzes, so you don't have to. Also, how easy is it for you and the students to use, since different people have different levels of technical knowledge and technical skills, and if something is too hard for students to complete, then it's best not to use it. Support. How much support is there for this tool that you're going to be using? Do your school's technicians or IT teachers know anything about these softwares? And are there any tutorials on platforms such as YouTube out there to help you if you're stuck, to share with teachers or students just to get them started, or if they get stuck? Choice. You need to allow students to choose how they present or complete their work. Creative work? Pick and choose if you want. For example, give them the quantity of tasks to complete, or just give them a choice to create a poster, a video, a quiz, or something else. For example, through Seneca, Coggle, revision posters, Quizlet flashcards, Sutori timelines, and much more. And then the final tip to consider is parents, since parents also need support and training in the technology being used so that they can help and support their child when learning or if their child gets stuck. So how are you going to do this? Through events or meetings with parents, films sent home or tutorials to help them, emailing home with PDFs and help guides, or help videos just like this YouTube channel. Now what you want to do is watch our video on 10 of the most creative remote learning ideas by clicking on the video shown on screen now. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.